Greetings and welcome to Pinball Stories. Mike here from PinballHelp.com, and today I'm going to talk about a very, very special pinball pickup. This is one that I still can't believe I actually got. Just one of those kind of once-in-a-lifetime pinball pickups, and I'll explain why. So what we have here, for those of you who haven't figured it out already, is the infamous Bally Matahari game. Let me turn that TV off so it's not in the background. Okay. So, this is obviously an iconic game. When I see one display is getting a little wonky on me, that's probably a loose connector there or something. I'll have to take a look at that. But this is a, it's one of the early Bally solid state games. They actually made this in EM as well as a solid state. This is the solid state version. And this game I picked up for really, really, really cheap. I'm not even going to say how cheap it was because you'll just hate me. And I don't want you to hate me because this is one of those deals where it's like, how could you get that? But what's interesting about this game is this came up on Craigslist in a little small town in North Louisiana, and it was just, boop, got this whole pinball machine, somebody wants to sell it, So I called, I was the first one to get through. I said, is this really what it is? Is a Matahari? And he said, yeah, it works and everything, there might be a few little things out, but it works. I said, okay, I'll take it. I hopped in my car and drove up there, and when I saw the game, my jaw just dropped. I mean, this is a very old game, 70s era solid state, one of the very first ones by Bally. And when I got a look at this game, I couldn't believe it. The condition. This is truly a home use only game, an HUO. That's the kind of the most abused term you hear is HUO. It's a home use only game, and so many people lie about that because most of these games were not made to ever be in people's homes, and especially in the 70s and the 80s, people weren't buying these for their homes. These were operated games, right? So if I tell you, it's a home use only game, you're gonna laugh at me, and I would laugh at me, right? But I talked to the owner, and he said he bought it new, and it sat in his house, in his garage, where it actually sat since the day I picked it up. And this was some guy, you could tell, it was a rich family. The door slides up, and there's a Mercedes S-Class there, and then there's this pinball machine tucked in the corner, and it was a really nice house. And even then, I'm thinking, but when I started to look at this game, I could not believe it. And when I started to play it, in fact, let's start a game. There's a one drop target that's a little flippy, but check out how snappy this game is. It plays like it's brand new. I mean, it's fast. I mean, look at that. Usually these older games, they've got some wear on them, but this game plays like the day it was made. Like these flippers, I would say probably there hasn't even been 100 games put on this machine, it seems like. There's not hardly any wear around the spots that you would normally think. I mean, those pop bumpers are just snappy, really snappy. It's crazy. I don't think I've played a Bally solid state that had this kind of vitality to it since, back in the day. And I know there's, people that'll get them completely restored and all of that. But this thing is, it's original, and it's magnificent. I can zoom in on the playfield. There's not a single bit of wear anywhere. It's absolutely gorgeous. Let me show you this. So when I go to pick this game up, and he says, well, do you want it? I'm like, yeah, I want it. And I gave him the money. And I remember I was anxiety ridden because I thought for sure that this game was going to be stolen from me between getting it out of the garage and getting it into my car. I almost felt, when I got it into my car, I almost felt like somebody was going to be chasing after me because it was such a good, beautiful game. Now take a look at this. I'm going to pull the lockdown bar off. Look at that. You can tell there's like 3 drinks that have been spilled. That's it. Like there's a stain here, here, and there, and that's it. And other than that, it's pristine. It's look at the underside. Look at the lockdown bar on the underside. It's just, there's not a blemish on it. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is the original seal. Let's take a look down inside of the game. Look at the cabinet. Look how clean that cabinet is. Is that amazing? There's no dirt. The coin door is just spectacular. You know, there's a little bit of some scratching here and there. And of course, actually when I got this, the game didn't play because the battery had barfed. So I put an All-Tech board in here, which is to be expected, but the cabinet is just gorgeous. This is the game, it doesn't have the inscription on the knife. That's probably the only thing, but other than that, it's absolutely gorgeous. And if you go to PinballHelp.com, you could see high-res pictures of this. There's a post I made called Pinball Porn, 1977 Bally Matahari, and there's a whole album of pictures, close-up pictures of this, and you can really see how truly beautiful it is. And what I think is really special about it is it's completely original. I haven't really done hardly anything to it. I probably need to tweak a few little things here and there, but this game, I almost don't want to completely shop it out because the way it plays is like 1977, and there's something special about it. It's just magnificent. It really does take you back in time. Even I'm of the belief sometimes when you refurbish some of these games, they may play great, but the way they played when they were first made, when they were assembled, the way they were dialed in. It's a feeling that you rarely can find. I know some people may argue with me, but rebuilding a game is going to play different than the game as it was originally off the assembly line. But this was some rich guy's little toy that he had in his house that probably very few people played, and then he just decided to get rid of it. And boy, what a pickup! So this is one of those really real lucky kinds of deals. 1977 Bally Matahari in a true HUO game. And okay, I'm sure people would be skeptical. I would be skeptical too. But of all the times I would say, this is the real deal, this is the one I would say it is. If once you play it, you'd realize it's just too darn snappy. The original flipper linkage and assembly just plays like it was back then. So anyway, there you have it. Another pinball story in the books. For more, visit PinballHelp.com, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, YouTube/PinballHelp. And to find out more about our other projects, visit pinchurch.com, PINCHURCH.com. We've got a really cool club in the New Orleans area where we have a private arcade, and we also do live music and streaming, and you can find all kinds of cool videos where the pinball is the backdrop for live music. So be sure to check that out too. And until next time, thanks for watching.